Hello, more Staravders. We're back with yet another run. Today is episode 2 of our Zero to Hero series, and I can't wait for what the game has in store for us. Yesterday we played Roxy and got a pretty gentle introduction into the game. Also pretty explosive with all the weird shenanigans we were up to. We learned how the gunner works for the most part, like how overheating and burning cars work. And we were really just cranking the hell out of Aegis Bomb and Red Giant. Aegis Bomb already explodes with like a pretty large radius, and when we slapped Red Giant on it, it just became a nuclear explosion. And to complement all that, we also had Big Bang, which let us blow up all of our bombs and respawn them. So we were able to just like detonate this Aegis Bomb over and over and over and over and over. That was a whole lot of fun, but by beating First Contact, we have actually also unlocked a new difficulty. I think we can still only play Roxy for now, so we'll just run it back with her again. But today we're going to be stepping it up a little bit. We're going to be playing on the Invasion difficulty, which has harder bosses, and we're going to see some advanced variants of the invaders that we're already familiar with. So that's pretty exciting. Let's see what we can get up to today. So once again, we're going to make our way to Bud's factory. Some interesting choices here. I think to start, I'm definitely going to want Backtrack. The question is, what then? Backtrack with what? Backtrack, we could get Swift Breakdown. This is a pretty interesting card. Lets us strike our mech, and then yeah, it blows up and strikes adjacent tiles. This normally it's like you have to get into position to use this properly, of course, but because it has the Swift component, we're able to move first before resolving this card, which means that we're able to like maneuver a little bit and then blow up where we want. Another potential option here is Flight, which just lets us purge a card in our hand and then move to any tile. Honestly, I think this might be the pick. It's like, letting us go literally anywhere we want is extremely powerful, and it also comes with a fire component, which means that we're also going to be able to get an attack out of it. I think this is going to be a pretty potent combo. Let me just check what's... Oh, I guess we haven't unlocked the pack system yet. That's interesting. Well, no matter. I think... Yeah. It does require us to purge a card from our hand, of course, but like we start with some shifts that I think we'll be able to pretty easily purge with Flight and not feel too bad about. And obviously, Backtrack will let us pick it out of the draw pile if we really need to, which should also be very good. And everything else here, like Ricochet Fire, yes, it also works with Backtrack. It's a fine card. I don't know if it's better. And then also like Afterburn. Another fine card, zero mana, move 1 to 4, and the next card we play costs 1 extra heat. Totally okay. It's just, I think neither of these cards are able to, like, Ricochet Fire and Afterburn in their base states can't really compete with Breakdown, Swift Breakdown, and Flight with the fire components. Oof, it's tough. That is tough. But I think I'll just go with these two. And we'll see where we go. And to start, I think I will be picking up yet another card here. Yeah, we'll see what the game gives us. Yes, okay. So I don't think we've seen these fellas yet. These are Vendroids. So every time one of them get destroyed, be it by you or some other factor, every other Vendroid is going to move forward once. They can actually pile on a lot of pressure if you aren't careful. So that's something you gotta be wary about. And then the other side... Oh, you know what? I just noticed something. The game actually has... I don't know if it's a part of the animation on the Vendroids or not, but... Could have sworn I saw, like, some... sparkles of, like, something underneath these Vendroids. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm hovering over them or it's because they're just part of the animation. I do apologize. After after you spend this long playing the game, you start to just seeing things here and there. So we are going to go here. And I will go here as well. Then, I think, yeah, lastly we will shift over here. So yeah, this puts these Vendroids in position for us to kill immediately with just a single fire. Yeah, then we can go here. I think... Oh yeah, right, I forgot. So, how to say, like, viewers who saw yesterday's runs will notice that these two cards are new. You did not see them in Roxy's deck yesterday. That is because the tutorial version of Roxy was what Roxy actually was when the game was released. And on a later patch, to help Roxy and the other gunners fare better at the higher difficulties, they've actually given them some buffs. And the ones that Roxy received was that she got these triple fires added to her deck instead of just having a bunch of like normal fires. These triple fires, they spray 3 bullets upwards and diagonally, so one upwards, one up to the left, and one up to the right. As you can imagine, triple the output, this is a much better attack than the default fire, and it's made her a lot stronger. So we'll be taking advantage of it here, playing both of them, one to kill this shooter and then this Time Angel. This will give us 2,000 bucks as a bounty from him, which is very good. Solid chunk of change. Can't complain about that. Right, okay. I think the solution to this is actually, yeah, do this, do that. So now this shooter will shoot this bomb, which will kill the both of them simultaneously. Very good. Not a huge fan of not a huge fan of any of these, to be honest. If I had to be honest with you, Throw Bomb is okay. Lucky Shot is okay. Remote is okay. Like I'm not in love with any of these. Throw Bomb is a fun card. To be you know what? We got 3 reroll tokens. I don't think I've demonstrated this yet, but I think this is actually a pretty good occasion. If you don't like any of the cards that you see when you're offered the reward, you are always able to just use one of your reroll tokens to reroll the rewards. These do only what is it? You don't just get these for free, of course. You need to earn them either by killing Time Angels at the end of the fights, which can take a little bit of a detour, or you can refill them by just beating the boss at the end of the chapter. So we're going to use one of them here and try to see some stronger cards. Yeah, all 3 of these cards are okay. Remote is a card with a lot of upward trajectory, admittedly, because this is a card that, like, once you get more bombs going in your deck, or you have other bomb synergies, it can really start to become a lot stronger. But we don't have that yet because it's literally the first pick, and yeah, we did not pick any bomb-related cards for our first 2 from Butts. So yeah, we're gonna reroll these and see what else the game has in store for us. These are a little more exciting. Reverb. That is an interesting card. We can give an extra. Yeah, we can give an extra repeat to the triple fires. We can give an extra repeat to Nova Bomb. We got giving one to the shifts isn't terrible, although it's not great. I think I'll pick this up. This is a card with a lot of potential. I like where they're going with that one. And for our second pick here, I think I will just pick up an artifact. There are a lot of pretty exciting ones that could be coming out here. Okay. Ooh. I think I will discard a triple fire with reverb to give it +1 repeat for the rest of the fight. And what the heck? Let's burn this and use Firestarter. So we can at least do this. We can, yeah, attack here. Let's see. So, what I can see right now is that next turn we're definitely going to draw one of the two triple fires that we have. Yeah, we're going to draw both of our triple fires, and one of them has been modified by reverb, if you remember what we did last turn, which means that when this... Yeah, I want to line myself up so that I am in a good position to use it right away next turn. So next turn, this Rocketeer will travel down, this Rocketeer will travel down, this Rocketeer will travel down. So we'll be in position to kill the both of them immediately with that. What do we do after? I guess we can always figure that out later. That's... yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can go here. Oh, this means we won't actually be able to... yeah, that's a shame. We're going to be one turn too late to finish off this last Rocketeer. We unfortunately couldn't both burn it and play the flight there. Unfortunately. But still, nothing career-ending yet. I will pick up Insulation here. This is a card with some pretty good upwards mobility. Just like naturally, we're gonna aim to use Firestarter almost every fight, and this just gives us a way to negate the downside of having to draw an unplayable card. And it is possible that in the future we're going to be putting more cards that are junk or have like burn synergy in our decks, which yeah, really makes it a worthy pick in my opinion. Quantum Burn, it's a little bit spotty as far as being useful. You can't really count on it, and some days it just does nothing. I'm not a big fan of Quantum Burn. And Shrapnel, I gotta be honest, I don't think it's doing... I don't know. It feels like a very much a luxury item in that, like, if you're getting a lot of value out of Shrapnel, your deck's probably already popping off. But today, we're not doing its thing yet, so I'm a little hesitant to speculate on it. We'll be picking up Insulation, though. It's just a good artifact. Alright, what then? I think I'm in the market for an attack card. Let's just see what the game has in store for us here. Ooh. I don't think we've seen these boomers yet. They are basically a bomb in invader form. So they're going to, yeah, whenever we destroy them, they're going to give us a, I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, they're going to blow up like a bomb and then hit the adjacent tiles. Which can be a good bit of fun. Sometimes, although sometimes a little bit inconvenient as well. So, how are we going to navigate this turn? I think what we can do here is this. Triple Firelight Silly. That, then do this. Excellent. We're gonna eat a junk from this Rocketeer here, but we're gonna be okay. Yeah, these Vendroid pluses, they work for the most part like the normal Vendroids. It's just that, in addition to the traditional thing where like they just move every time another Vendroid is destroyed, they also move erratically, as in they don't always move directly down. They can move one to the left or one to the right, as you saw there with that previous turn, which can really throw a wrench in your plans. So what to do this turn? I think I'll do that. And then, you know what, we will actually do this. So we'll do this. So then we will shift here. Oh. That's actually a little bit troublesome, because that means this Spooner won't be killed this turn, if I do that. It's a little bit inconvenient, but I'm sure we'll be okay still. Let's see. What can we do about this? I don't think we can kill both of these on the same turn, unfortunately. But that's probably okay still. Let's do this, and then we'll... Yeah, next turn we're guaranteed to be able to kill it, so... Just triple fire to finish off this fight. Nothing too exciting here. That's still gonna be okay. Ooh! Two of my favorite cards here. We got Reactor Burn or Backfire. Reactor Burn, we saw yesterday, we just unlocked this card. It is fantastic. So basically, you can move 1 to 3 tiles up, down, left, or right. And as this diagram demonstrates here, like the tiles that you fly over are all going to be struck by Reactor Burn. This is a huge area of effect and can really like just take out a horde of invaders. Very good, but the downside being you do make 2 meltdowns in your deck when you play it. I think our deck is actually very much set up to take advantage of Reactor Burn, both because of Flight, helping us really like get rid of the meltdowns that it generates, and Insulation even helps us cope with the fact that we're going to have to draw junks in our deck. In addition, Reactor Burn is also an excellent target for Reverb, because this card actually does not give you additional meltdowns when you give a repeat, which is really nice. I'm pretty glad the devs did not code it in so that like you get 4 or 6 meltdowns when you play this like with 2 or 3 repeats. And one of the things that's a little bit challenging with Reactor Burn is like getting into a good position to use it, because there are some situations where like it's kind of difficult to set it up to like maximize it exactly, but giving it an extra repeat gives you a lot more flexibility as far as repositioning with it, because well, every cast of Reactor Burn will by nature reposition you. So even if you're not in a good position to use it, if you give it an extra repeat, it can usually get you somewhere that you need. So, yeah, that's a very good candidate for what and probably what we're going to take here. To talk a little bit about Backfire, a very strong card. I think I've discussed this in a previous video, although not in this series, but yeah, Backfire is very strong on Gunners for a very important reason, in that, or for a pretty simple reason, in that like the biggest weakness that Gunners have is that most of their damage goes directly up from their mech, which means if they want to hit an invader in a different row, they always have to move first, or nearly always have to move first. You can do some finagling with bombs to avoid having to reposition, but like that's usually pretty difficult. So, and as the game progresses and you move to the later chapters, the board actually gets wider and wider, putting more and more stress on your mobility. This is why cards like Backtrack and Flight are so incredible, because they give you the mobility that your like normal shifts just do not provide, and really get you into position to like do stuff. Backfire breaks this paradigm in that it lets you deal with threats to your left or right with just a single card, instead of having to like move under them, usually sometimes committing 1 or 2 mana and card. You can just say, oh, something is behind me or to my left, I'll just Backfire, move in the correct direction, and shoot it 3 times. It's usually going to die. Backfire, I've never had like a bad experience with it. It's a little tricky sometimes to figure out how to get it to go correctly, because sometimes like you do get into some awkward spots where like moving is a bit of a challenge to fire the bullets at the direction you want, but still. Backfire, fantastic card. I don't think it's what we're going to take today, though, because it's going to be Reactor Burn. Artillery Strike, a very flexible card. Getting to pick whether or not the bullet you fire comes from the top or bottom, and getting to choose wherever it is, once again, that addresses that mobility problem that Gunners have. This lets you hit and meet threats from wherever they are on the board, which can be very strong, but again, this is like a fine card, whereas both of these are like truly excellent. I'm going to pick up Reactor Burn and feel very good going into this first boss fight. So that is probably one of the best cards on Roxy. Slow Burn is fantastic. This card says you draw an extra card next turn, and it refreshes Firestarter, which means that after we have used it and spent it up, if we play Slow Burn, it becomes available for us again, and we're able to cast it again. We're able to trigger it again by like burning more and more cards. Normally this can be a little bit difficult, but something you can do to trigger Firestarter without having to incur its penalty is, if you have generated junk, you can burn that junk, and then use that junk to trigger Firestarter, purge it, not suffer the consequences of having a burnt card in your deck, and still reap the benefits. Slow Burn also works with our Backtrack, and that Backtrack is able to see it as a zero-cost card and pick it up. It also works with Reactor Burn, because Reactor Burn generates us these meltdowns, which are junks that we can play to burn consequence-free. Just a lot of like really, really good things going on with Slow Burn. The consensus from the community has been that like Slow Burn is just one of Roxy's best cards, and I'm hoping to show it off today and see just how good it can be. Ooh, and oh, is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? Is that Dodge? My favorite, one of my favorite moves ever? Hell yeah, it is. So, Dodge, one of the best moves in the game. It might be a little bit difficult to visualize what Dodge does, but like once we get into a game, you'll see it immediately. For any chess players out there, this card lets you move like a bishop, and you can go as far as you want, and it also gives you immunity for this turn, which means that when enemies try to hit you, be it like shooters or like the little ticks from Act 2, anything that tries to threaten you and give you junk, if you don't want to take damage, Dodge just says, nope, you're not taking damage, you're good. It costing 0 also means it works with 0 cost synergy. Once again, a card like Backtrack is really just beginning to have a great time here. A lot of good things going on. And what else am I going to pick up here? I think I don't mind just like removing a move at a shift at this point. The other consideration is I could pick up a Momentum, which could be fine. Yeah, I really would have liked to pick up Threat Radar here. It would have been fantastic. But yeah, a little too poor for that. I do think we did have to pick up Slow Burn, for what it's worth. And you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll pick a Momentum. It's just like a free move that also lets us move 1 to 2 tiles, which again gets picked up by Backtrack because it costs 0, and it also gives us a heat sink next turn, which can be truly excellent. I think I'm going to save the stars that I have here, because we might be able to use them later in the run. If we do make it to Act 3 and still have some extra left over, I will send them all to Min. Don't worry about that. But for now, we're going to move on and take on the Mothership again. It's good to be back. So we'll do this. And I think, yeah, we'll put a Nova Bomb here. This will prep us to kill this. Yeah, so next turn, this Swarmer will walk down here, this Swarmer will walk down here, this one will come down here, and this one will go down to this square, so they're going to look like this. At which point, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter that this bomb is even here, because all, like, 2 of them will automatically die already. Which means, I guess I should just... Yeah, let's move down here, trigger Firestarter. Get us a little more heat sink and card draw next turn. Ooh, here is a new enemy, an airship. So this fella, whenever it is destroyed, it makes a cloud on adjacent tiles in its row, which for now means here and here and here. Clouds are a special state that a tile can be in, where if something on it, you, a bomb, any entity, if anything on a cloud is struck, instead of being destroyed or taking damage, it just disappears. Sorry, the cloud just disappears, and the thing, whatever was under it, is preserved. So that's something that is, for the most part, a detriment to you, because usually you're the one dealing most of the damage. But sometimes, if you're smart about it, you can take advantage of the cloud. I do want to kill this fella as soon as possible, though, because I don't want it to pop its clouds down here, where I'm actually going to want to take care of the enemies that do come up. Okay. I think I'll actually... choosing what to reverb is actually a pretty interesting decision here. I could just not reverb this turn, because we can always pick it up with a backtrack later. I want to put the reverb either on my Reactor Burn or my Triple Fire, so I think I'm actually going to wait a little bit on that. In the meantime, though, I am going to use Slow Burn to refresh Firestarter. It also gives us an extra card draw next turn, which is not unwelcome at all. Yeah, unfortunately, the backtrack isn't going to draw us anything, because we have already drawn all of our zero-cost cards. But that's how it goes sometimes. Do I need to... I guess I can also just get rid of this flight. Get rid of this fire, too. It won't hurt at all. Yeah, here's Tippy explaining what clouds do. Yeah. A little annoying to have to deal with the clouds, but we'll survive, I'm sure. So yeah, here is Reactor Burn really doing its thing. We're going to travel to here. So if we look at its diagram, right, instead of traveling up, we're traveling to the left, and we're going 3 tiles. So you can see we're like kind of damaging everything beside us and behind us as we like fly out in this direction. So that's going to hit. Not only will that blow up this bomb to like hit this Migo and this shooter, it's also going to kill these two as well, which pretty strong, if I do say so myself. And that's also going to generate us some meltdowns for us to burn later, if it does come to that. Here, and you know what, we will actually reverb this Triple Fire. Yeah, so this tile is getting struck next turn, so I will put a bomb there. And you know what, we'll purge this other fire as well. The flights. Oh! Oops. That wing was the one that was shooting the rocket. Unfortunate. I made a pretty big mistake there, but I think we're still going to be okay, believe it or not. Yeah, here is where we can really see the power of Backtrack. It's able to draw. It drew us, like, what, 3 cards there? For, like, next to nothing. It really is quite good. So let's use this flight to purge the burnt shift here and kill this fella. And then we'll... yeah, I guess we might need to purge a few more of the shifts as well. But yeah, we're gonna be okay here. So then we can move, momentum, and then we're gonna burn this meltdown to trigger Firestarter, and it'll also leave our deck after we have played it because it purges itself. So we get to have our cake and eat it too, which is always a good feeling. So yeah, we can then just go... attack it here. Firestarter, momentum again, but yeah, it'll shoot the fire to blow up the bomb, which will kill us. So, all in good fun. Ooh, Jester. Jester, you say. I'm a fan of that card. Although, you know what? Here's something I'm thinking about. Maybe we do have a lot of mobility in this deck. Maybe today is a good time to make use of laser bullets. Yeah, so what drew me to Jester initially was the fact that we have a way to like recurrently generate junk with Reactor Burn, and Gesture, by giving junks components, makes them a little bit less harmful to draw. You can see some of them start to fire bullets, help you move, draw you cards, or just cost nothing to play, all of which are pretty helpful. Jester's a very interesting boss artifact. I have a lot of... I've started to develop more of a respect for it as I play the game more and more, but I think today we're actually going to pick up Laser Bullets. Why is that? Well, Laser Bullets is a card that basically makes it so that your bullets, instead of traveling infinitely and hitting the first target that you strike, they become lasers that pierce and strike 4 tiles in the direction that you fire. So this can, in theory, quadruple your output. The downside of Laser Bullet is that you now need to... Your position requirements become a lot more stringent. You need to be, like, much closer to the targets that you're shooting instead of just being under them. But if you can make up for that by having a lot of mobility in your deck, and guess what? We really do with dodge, momentum, flight, reactor burn, and backtrack. I'm pretty sure we can just be wherever we want for the most part. Yeah, Laser Bullets, with all this mobility, I think is going to be excellent. Works pretty well with this fire flight that we've got. Triple fire, the triple fires also love it. I think we're just going to get a lot of good use out of this. Pretty excited to see where that takes us. Oh, I kind of am in the market for a little upgrade on some of our cards. Most of them aren't upgraded. The only one that is this flight, but yeah. I think, you know what? We'll go here. We'll actually purge this shift here. And then run it up there. Yeah, we'll reverb that reactor burn real quick, and then travel down here, we'll do this. That slow burn won't refresh our fire starter because we haven't actually burned anything yet, but it'll still let us draw an extra card next turn, which is quite helpful. So, that feels pretty good. So just to show you guys what I meant earlier, when you play the reactor burn with an extra repeat, I'm fairly sure, yeah, it only generates 2 meltdowns for you, even though we're playing it twice, which is quite nice. Ooh, clean reactor burn. Not so sure about that one. This is obviously good. It just gets rid of the junk generation text on it, which like would be pretty good on normal... in like normal situations, but we actually are making use of the meltdowns in a few ways, burning them with Firestarter, drawing extra cards with Insulation. I actually don't mind the downside so much. I think what I'm going to pick up instead is just this Swift Fire. It letting us reposition before firing is going to be very, like, normally that's already pretty good, but like with Laser Bullets, this is going to be even more essential than usual. So we'll definitely be picking that up. And you know what? That felt pretty good. We're going to do that again. I'm really hoping to upgrade some of my zero-cost cards, like my dodge or my momentum, with the fire component. That would make them truly excellent. But well, ultimately, you can't have everything, so you take what you can get. So yeah, we'll go up here to kill that Brood Mother. Then we will move down here, burn this with Firestarter to get us an extra card. So we're going to start by playing the slow burn. We can use this to burn the purge to move this way. We can then do this, and then this triple fire will just kill everything there. I hope I'm doing a reasonable job demonstrating how unbelievably monstrous laser bullets can be when you use it correctly. It's just letting us go on a massacre here, where normally you'd have to go through all the spiders slowly and methodically, fire a bullet, kill the spider web. Oh, where's my second shot gonna come from? Laser bullet just says nope, and then they just all get mowed down. It really is excellent in the right circumstance. Oh, piercing, increasing the range of the laser by 2. Not sure I'm a huge fan of that. I do think having tactical on the dodge is just good. Having it cycle means that the backtrack is going to draw us and even an extra card when we do get it from dodge. It also lets us yeah, I think this is just a really good upgrade for us. And you know what? Here is a event that we unlocked yesterday, right after finishing the act there, which is holes. This is a modifier that you can get on some of these Act 2 fights. Something that can be pretty important is that it obscures what enemies... It stops you from being able to see what enemies you'll actually face, which can be a little bit annoying, but it also puts these potholes in the map, which entities cannot actually move onto them naturally. But if you get cards that push entities or enemies, you're able to actually push your enemies into these holes to immediately destroy them, which can be pretty nice. By the way, that actually bypasses immunity and a lot of other pretty ridiculous things, which is a lot of fun. In any case, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverb my dodge here to give it an extra repeat. And then we'll be triple firing here to kill this spider, damage both of these shelled, and it also helps us damage this brute mother ones, which can be pretty helpful. I think then we'll go down here. Get ready to triple fire both of these shelled if we can help it. There it is, my sweet baby. I'll then go here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to eat some junks from both of these fellas, which should be okay. I think this might be just the best way to take care of this particular turn. Then we'll be taking advantage of that junk to burn it and use Firestarter. What now? I think this is probably a very good start. We can refresh that using that. Then we'll do this. 1 and a 2. I think we can probably also do this, right? Do that. Get an extra heat sink for next turn. Walk this here. Do this, and then we'll trigger Firestarter yet again. Oh, a new achievement as well. I do like that. I do like that a lot. So, yeah, this will let us finish off the fight with that triple fire. Yeah, Laser Bullet is a whole lot of fun, but you do have to know when to take it, because there are some occasions where it will just ruin your day. Sometimes, the game will at some point start putting enemies that you need to take care of, really early on in the grid, sometimes very far in the back. And if you don't have enough mobility in your deck, sometimes the Laser Bullet can just restrict you too heavily, and then you won't be able to respond to those threats, and you will just die. So, gotta be careful. So, what to take here? Supply drop. Supply drop. These are fine artifacts, but I'm not in love with any of them. All of them are... Yeah, we don't have any cards that work with anti-mag. Robo-Parrot's interesting. Oh, hold on. I just realized. Yeah, that gives us an extra copy of whatever we put reverb on, which can then get picked up which can then get picked up by Backtrack. But it does the Robo-Parrot will purge any components they have on there, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just pick up Robo-Parrot, have a little fun. It's been a while since I've played with this artifact. I'm pretty tempted to just pick up Flint and Steel. It gives us a lot of consistency early. On our first turn, we get 2 extra cards and 2 extra heat sink, which is just a lot. That can help us set up reverb. That can help us just get a stronger start right at the beginning. Let's pick that up and just have a good time. Won't be able to buy anything else here, but I'm pretty happy with this regardless. Ooh, here is my sworn nemesis, Nessie. On the higher difficulties, I tend to struggle with this boss a lot. This is a boss that could actually give you a lot of grief if you are not careful playing with laser bullets. I think our deck is going to be okay today, but you never know, right? Yeah, the whole gimmick of Nessie is that every turn she's going to she's going to every turn signal where she will attack within 3 turns, or sorry, within 2 turns. So she's going to show you these chomp marks on the field, and then if you give her a turn, she will then begin to threaten to attack them once that turn ends. Your goal is to make sure that these apples aren't left in this feasting zone when Nessie actually gets to like attack them. And if she's able to eat any of the apples, they will generate some doom. And some of the apples will actually have these worms in here, which once you destroy the apple, it'll spawn this worm, which will actually just move down slowly and try to generate doom. The way you lose on Nessie is if you let too many of these stack up and can't deal with all of them at once, which could very easily happen if you're not careful. Yeah. Here's where like laser bullets really can bite you in the bum if you're not careful, because a lot of these apples, you're going to need to reach them in the upper half of the grid, and they won't naturally just move themselves down to you as the game progresses. So you're really going to need to be present up in this top half of the map, which can be a little demanding, but I think we're going to be okay still. Oh, you know what? I think this is an excellent time to put that on reactor burn and just watch the world crumble. We can do that. Oh yeah, and all the tiles that Nessie attack will become cracked, which means that if something moves from this tile, or if something moves from this tile, or if these tiles are struck, they become holes until Nessie attacks again. That can be a little bit of fun as well. I think then I'll just go down here. We're actually having trouble burning cards. We legit haven't triggered Firestarter yet, which is a little bit troublesome. I really would like to trigger it at some point. That'd be nice. Yeah, there's... I'll do that. Making a second copy of Making a second copy of Reactor Burn might be a little bit too much, but I don't know. There's something to it still. So we will use Slow Burn to refresh that. This and that. Exile this ship with that to move down here. Go down here, go here. Oh, I actually still won't be able to burn it because we have way too much mana. That's pretty funny. Oh, we've actually made so many holes that we can't actually reactor burn very effectively here. That's pretty funny to me. But it's all good. So now that we have killed enough apples on our way towards doing all this silly stuff, Nessie has gotten pretty fed up with us, and now she's going to actually come down here at us to start eating entire chunks of the field. And you'll see a bunch of these apples are present here. We kind of have to deal with all of these next... I don't actually know. I think next turn we'll just aim to immediately kill Nessie. And you can choose to deal with these apples as they come up, or you can actually just... you can just kill Nessie. That's always an option. Yeah, I think I'll also do this. Is there anything else in the deck? We'll get rid of some of these here. One, two, yeah, and that will be the last strike to finish off Nessie. Very good. What do we got here? Incinerator, huh? Do we care about Incinerator that much? I don't think we do. Like, we already have Flight, which is a very good way of dealing with the cards that we inevitably burn with it. And, like, the spark that it generates isn't that good. I don't think... Yeah, yesterday we did a lot of really awesome things with Red Giant, but I don't think we have the right deck set up for it today. Holtzman Shields... It's fine. I think if we took it, I wouldn't be too upset, but I do think there are a lot of cards that would be a lot stronger in this situation. Flashfire. Flashfire, you say? We have been making a lot of mana, to be 100% honest with you. You know, giving Flight an extra repeat might be a little iffy. Although we can always just skip the cost. I think I'll actually pick up Flashfire. Yeah, this gives all of our fires repeat, and it gives them an extra heat cost. Greenhouse and Nova Rays, these are both okay. We actually have a lot of ways to take advantage of Greenhouse here, but I honestly don't think mana is our problem here. We're actually having trouble using all of our mana, which I think Flashfire is going to give us a pretty good way to make up for that. You know what? Let's go over here and see what we're working with. Yeah, here we go. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this one. That twice. Oh, that counted as 30 bullets in a single turn? That's really strange. I think I will still trigger Firestarter here by burning this one move. I didn't want to actually burn that fire which had the move there. That would be a little bit wasteful, in my opinion. We'll do this. Go here. go here and then triple fire twice with that comparative version. And then we will use this flight here, purge the Nova Bomb. Let's purge that as well and just throw this. Move down here, and we're looking pretty. Yeah, this will just be better, so we don't have to worry about burning that specific card. Oh, Thermal Beam. Thermal Beam could be interesting. On the turns that when we don't actually use all the extra heat sinks that we get with Flint and Steel and Firestarter, this can save the extra heat sink for us to use on future turns, which I think that can be pretty fun. Let's pick that up. What do we want at this point? I kind of want to re-roll again. I want to either upgrade my cards or pick up some more artifacts. I don't really want to add any more cards to our deck. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is and just upgrade one of my cards. Ooh, here are some new enemies that are unique to Act 3. Here we got some ghosts, which when you kill one of them, all the other ghosts on the field for one turn will gain immunity, and then one of them will gain a shield. So taking them all out at once can be a little bit difficult. And then we got these void spawns, which when they die, they spawn 2 void rifts near them, which are these little cubes. Basically, whenever these cubes are destroyed, we get a doom. It's not fatal, so it'll never kill us, but it can stack up and be pretty annoying. But if something ends their turn next to a void rift, the void rift will just harmlessly dissipate, which is pretty nice. What am I going to do here, though? I think I'll do this. Yeah. Do that twice. And nothing else really has much going on here. So I think I will just burn a shift. You've seen that a million times. Trigger Firestarter, have a good time out here. Nothing to it. Do that. Huh. What to do? I think I'll dodge and do that. Oh. Strange. I don't think it's a great time for reverb, not that we even need to really play it in this juncture. Let's just get rid of that cube and eat one doom. I think we're in a position where we can do that pretty comfortably. And then yeah, next turn we'll just kill both of these ghosts in one fell swoop. And then yeah, we can kill this last fella in any way we want, really. I will use Reactor and just finish the fight off that way. Alright, big money. Oh, a reverb, but we can just keep doing it, huh? That's really fun. That's awesome. Okay, let's take Reverb Mirror. That is extremely exciting for me. We actually have so much money that I don't think we necessarily even need another. All the artifacts, we can just buy more of them as we enter the shop, but these upgrades, we won't have more chances to buy them. So I'll actually visit here. It might be a little controversial, but I really do want the cards in my deck to be even better than they are now. Yeah, that would be really sick. Let's go here. Do a little bit of trolling. Just a little bit, though. Yeah, so... yeah, something else we can do with Reverb is that this text does not only apply to it being purged itself. We can actually use Flight to purge it and burn it, to quote-unquote burn it as fodder, which is pretty fun. Do that. This. And, I think I'm gonna just take it easy here. No need to get too wild. Yeah, we can then just hit him with one of these. Fantastic. And yeah, let's just get this out of the system. Yeah, then we can just that will be a wrap. Come on, give me something with fire. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Adding the fire onto slow burn, not bad at all. And, okay, gift card is just absolutely ludicrous. You can't not take that one. It's beautiful. It lets us, so every turn, gift card, yeah, sorry, I've played with this artifact so many times that now I barely even register the need to speak about what it does. But this is an artifact that's, like, in my opinion, one of the best in the game. Every turn, it just brings back a random zero-cost card from your discard to your hand. For us, that's Reverb, that's Slow Burn, that's Flight, that's Dodge, that's Momentum. All 5 of these cards are, like, fantastic, and they don't cost any extra mana to play. So this is just going to be generating value for us every single turn, and I'm going to love it for that. Something else we can do here is... yeah, we got enough mobility. I don't necessarily feel afraid of Ultra Cooling here. I'm going to pick up Ultra Cooling and see what it gives us. Trailblazer. Interesting. It's a very cool card. 1 mana, move 1 to 4 tiles, and when you burn it, you get 1 extra heatsink for the rest of the encounter. That's cool. I think that can really be a good time for us. Do I want a second slow burn? I think so. It's probably just good, right? Let's pick up another slow burn, and yeah, with the rest of our money, we can't do anything with it, so we'll just give it all to Min. Thank you, Min. Appreciate that. There it is. So, here is a brand new boss for us to fight in Act 3. This is the Grandmaster. It is a chess-themed boss, and the whole idea behind him is that he has a bunch of minions that all move like chess pieces, and they're going to threaten to attack you like chess pieces as well. As you see, these pawns attack in the way that a normal chess pawn attacks. And so the Grandmaster, the king himself, he actually cannot be struck while he has any of his pieces next to him, or while his queen is alive. So you have to kill the queen, and you have to clear away all the pieces that are next to him and protecting him. Only then can you hit him and kill him. And you have to actually kill him 3 separate times. So after this board, so every time he gets killed, the board resets and he spawns with even more chess pieces, which is a good bit of fun. All right, let's see what we've got going on now. What are we gonna reverb here? Might as well reverb this slow burn. I think that's gonna be pretty nice. Then we'll do this. 2. Yeah, let's slow burn again. So that's just gonna draw us like a millions and tillion cards. And then yeah, we'll just do this, and then we'll burn the Trailblazer to get an extra heatsink for the rest of the encounter, which is going to be pretty nice. Ooh, that is lined up super well for a triple fire. I love it. Let's do it. With this reverb, though, I think I will actually... I'll do that to that triple fire. Do this. Juicy. I love it. Do this. There's that. The fresh fire starter. Do that as well. We can also use that slow burn. Let's kill the queen now. And I think we can just do that. You know what? We're also going to burn this other Trailblazer. I think I'm going to actually save that final Trailblazer and not burn that last one. Probably for the best. I think we can do this here. Burn this fella. Kill this guy. Then we can move forward here. Triple fire twice. Triple fire is just cleaning house today. I love it. Yeah, we're clearing out Grandmaster at record pace here. Normally it's a pretty long and drawn out fight with a lot of complications and like positional considerations, but because of how much just ridiculous stuff we're able to do today, I think we're going to get it done a lot faster than usual. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're actually just going to purge all these junks because we have so much mana and not be able to burn any of them, which kind of sucks, actually. Oh, Thermal Beam is actually giving us even more mana than we are used to. That's pretty nice. I think we can just finish the Grandmaster off right now, actually. Yeah, with this, 1 and a 2. Then we'll just do this. Skip the move, skip the move. Bye-bye, Grandmaster. It's nice knowing you. Well, I think I did show off how really ridiculous the Flashfire can be. Yeah, Flashfire can be as a what do you call it? As a boss artifact. So yeah, here's the next tidbit of the story. There isn't a lot of story in Staravders, but it's serviceable. Yeah, so now we see where all these fellas are coming from. So hey, let's finish this. But we gotta quote unquote really finish it once we wrap up the story for real. So the Overseer is gonna give us a little more of the story here. So yeah, they actually came. So that portal that we looked through was actually a time rift, which like they came to us from the future to change the past, which she's not too jazzed about. So yeah, we gotta cross the rift and kill them right on their home planet, all the way in the future. But yeah, we'll see if we're able to do that later. So yeah, can't do that yet. Gotta play a few runs. You know how it goes. And now we have unlocked the Apocalypse difficulty and also unlocked a few new threats for us to encounter. So, yeah, a good time for all of us. I think, yeah, we've also unlocked yet another whole level of like gunner cards to play with. Oh, here are some of my all-time favorites. Hothead, which it just says when you overheat, you do not end your turn. So, if you want to, and you have enough cards in your hand, you can just keep playing cards. You'll burn them, of course, but your turn will not end. If you do things right, Hothead can just essentially give you infinite mana, or infinite heat, however you want to describe it. It takes a little bit of building around. You need to negate its downside, but its potential is immense, and I'm a very big fan of this one. And on the other end of it is also Eject. This is a card that can help you deal with the downside of Hothead. It basically takes everything in your deck and like resets it so that even if you have burned stuff or put a lot of junk in your deck, Eject just says, oh, okay, you know what, you're good. No consequences. It's all good. But The downside being you can't play eject as your like overheat card, because if you do, it'll give you a doom. This is to prevent you from like basically negating its heat cost of 2. They didn't want you to do that. Anyways, so having burned a whole 20 cards, we have now unlocked a second pilot for us to play, which I think is who we will get onto tomorrow. Noelle. Oh, and we also, because we won with Gunner Invasion, we have unlocked a whole nother mech, the Stinger. And Shun is also going to be a whole lot of fun. I think we're going to play Noelle tomorrow. She is, yeah, she's got a pretty cool design, a whole new starter deck, a starter artifact, and then some new synergies for us to go through. But that is for tomorrow, so look forward to that. We're going to be checking out Noelle tomorrow. It's going to be some good fun. I've actually been missing Noelle quite a bit, because in the previous series that I did, I mostly left it up to chance who I wanted to play who I ended up playing every day, and I don't think I've rolled Noelle a single time in like 40-something runs, so it would be good to go back to her again. In any case, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for coming along on this journey, and if you did enjoy today's video, I will ask that if you got the time, please consider liking and subscribing. That would help out the channel a lot. In the meantime, though, that's going to do it for today. Bye!